welcome to another Annie Blue Live with MCC. As usual, we'll just wait a couple of minutes to see who's going to join us.
Bailey's joined you.
Bailey's going to be a pest again, aren't you, Bet? Keep nudging my hand, stop stroking him.
He's been a pest all day. I can't see why he's going to stop just because you're doing a live.
Are you going to say hello to everyone? Come up here. Come on, you got to look that way.
He says, no, Daddy, I'm just going to tap you until you pay me attention. You're a spoilt boy, aren't you? So you've got peeps. Bailey, honestly, what are you like?
Have we got some nosy
You've got
people?
some peeps, yeah.
Cool. How is everyone tonight? Hope you're keeping well.
Look
We've
at
not gone
Bailey.
stir crazy yet, not completely.
You've got Carlos has joined us over on Instagram as well.
Hey, all right, Carlos.
So you've got about 6 people watching, love.
Yeah, so this is is it the fourth one, fifth one? I've lost count now already.
Might even be the 6th.
Fifth or sixth then, Annie Blue Live. Yeah, I just thought it'd be a good thing to keep up while everyone's on lockdown, actually. Trying to alleviate even a little bit of boredom, if we can. Yeah, so we're talking about the Annie Blue range of stuff. Here's the full kit. It's the first and only completely natural motorcycle care range. At the risk of boring people who've seen this before, we'll go through it again. There's a shampoo, streak free. There's a spray polish and detail. That's especially for matte paint as well. What's that one? That's leather oil for treatment and preserving your leather and restoring it. There's a wax with built-in UV protection. The spray polish has that as well, actually. And here's the metal polish. And today I thought we'd talk about this little beauty. This is the chrome and alloy oil. So it's an unusual one, that, I think, because as far as I know there's nothing else like it. It's basically for protecting the shine on your bare metal on your bike. And I've brought a couple of bits that I'll hopefully show in a bit. Aluminium that you've just polished. Really nice shiny chrome. You want to keep it that way. But I thought I'd start by showing you what the oil was originally made for.
You just come back at now.
For this. This is my reenactment sword, an Anglo-Saxon one.
The original Painslayer.
Yeah. It's not sharp. You're not really supposed to touch it either. But yeah, I had a look at what was on the market for preserving swords and things like that, and it's just basically some like mineral oil sold in a little bottle, a lot of it, and it's like they charge about £5 for a small bottle. And I just thought there must be something better than that, because they do tarnish the pit with it being steeled. I'm not sure what sort of steel it is actually, but they're very prone to it, especially along the edge. So I thought I'm going to see if I can develop something that'll stop that, instead of just gearbox oil or something like that. So I've done some research and I looked at what the ancient Japanese used to use on the katanas and dachis and all that sort of thing. And I decided to have a look at the science side of things as well. And it was something that I used to do years ago when I worked for CB Geigy. I did a lot of work on corrosion inhibition. So I had a decent idea, but I wanted a natural alternative. And they are out there, and I found a couple, so that's what goes into that. It's an all-natural anti-rust formula, I suppose, for protecting metals. So it's actually got natural chelating agents in. What they do is they basically stick to an atom of the metal. So that is what makes the oil cling to the metal and protect it, as opposed to a lot of oils that'll just sort of drip off after a while and oxidise and all that sort of thing, which this doesn't. So I think it's about 12 months since I did this.
Something like that. It's been a while.
Yeah, there's no, I don't know if you can see, there's no pits on it, nothing. I've not had to touch, it's just been on the wall for about 12 months. I think the last time I took it down was to do that video, wasn't it? So it works, yeah. So it's doing its job. I'm quite chuffed with that. So that's the why. And I thought, if it's good at protecting steel, it should be good at protecting your motorbike. So I did try it on my bike first, on the chrome, the bare aluminium and all that sort of thing. It seems to work a treat. I've been using it over winter on my winter bike, which is a little Jawa, and it's made a big difference. It's, when I first got that, the exhaust was a bit rusty, so I cleaned all that off, and then I put that on the exhaust, and it's fine to use on the exhaust, by the way.
Carlos is asking where we're located.
We're near Manchester in the UK.
So I can see Carlos has got a 115 in his name, so I'm presuming he's got a bike very similar to Annie Blue.
Oh, it's the same one, I think, yeah. If I remember right, yeah. A man of good taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, slightly biased.
Oh, Carlos is in California. We do ship all over the world, Carlos, as well, so don't let location put you off. It's still worthwhile checking out the website.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, one of the main reasons we did all this was to make stuff that's environmentally friendly.
Yeah, he has. He's got a Heritage Classic 2018.
It's the same thing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what number mine is. Can you remember?
Oh, you always put me on the spot with this, and I can't remember at this precise moment in time. But
Oh, are you helping?
I think he wants you to show everybody. He wants you to show everybody his bone.
Oh, God.
This is Bailey's treasure.
Yeah, we tried getting rid of it, haven't we? But it won't let us.
Carlos's is 948. I do believe is yours in 5 something?
Do you know what? I honestly can't remember.
No, I can't remember either. Carlos, we've both got memories like sieves.
I'll post it at the end. At the end of the video, I'll stick it on the Instagram what the number is. I'll go and have a look in a minute. Yeah. So, I just thought I'd do a quick demonstration of the Annie Blue oil this time. This is the one I've been using, that's why it's a bit tatty.
Oh, Carlos's is called Blue Anchor.
Alright. Why Anchor?
Don't know. Why Anchor, Carlos?
We call ours Annie Blue, don't we?
Yeah.
That's what the range is named after. Because she's anniversary and she's blue. I do like the smell of this stuff.
It's cool.
Do you like that?
He said, oh yes, Daddy, that's quite nice.
Yeah, this is off my GSXR that I'm sort of restoring very slowly. I've had my Gixxer for 27 years, isn't it, this year? Is it? It's a 93. Yeah, 27 years.
Yeah, we need to kind of remember it's the same age as Sam, roughly, don't we?
Got bought that new in 93.
Carlos says it's heavy compared to his previous Sportster and Yamaha R6.
Yeah. But actually, it's not as heavy as I had a Dyna before that. The Dyna was heavier. and a lot more awkward to handle. This handle's like a dream compared to that. But yeah, I've had jack bikes as well. You know, they are a different beast to that completely. I think, yeah. Yeah, so if you've just polished your aluminium in this case. And what I do, especially if it's winter, I give it a tiny coating of this. You can use your finger or a tissue or something. You only need a tiny, tiny bit. What you can see. I know some people would probably question the wisdom of putting oil on a clutch lever, but it's just for a demo. And if you can keep spreading it, keep spreading it, keep spreading it. And with it being a nice fine light oil, it'll stick to the metal, but you can still see the shine because it forms a very thin film, and it'll keep things shiny. It stops all the all that white oxide fur you get on your aluminium. If you leave it even in the damp for a couple of weeks, it tends to get that white fur on it. It'll stop all that. You can use it on engine casings and all that. I put it on mine. I even put it on the head, on the bare aluminium on my Jawa, and it works a treat. It don't go discoloured when it gets hot on your exhaust. I've tried that. I put it on my Harley, not a problem. I mean, I know the chrome covers on the downpipes aren't actually the pipe themselves, but they still get hot, and no, it doesn't discolour, stain, anything like that. It will wash off eventually, but like I say, it's got chelating agents in that will coat it, and you can wash like the majority of it off with soap. Well, that's that. That's it. Easy. Protected.
You even went back, didn't you, when you were doing your research for it, and looked at how the samurais looked after their swords, didn't you?
Yeah, I did say before. Yeah, I looked at what they used to put on the katanas and that. They used to use sort of things like clove, stuff like that. So there is clove oil in there, but the chelating agents as well are all natural. So we all have them inside our bodies, that sort of thing. Hemoglobin's one. It collates to an iron molecule in the centre. It's that sort of idea. That's how it works.
You're sitting like a good boy.
You showing everyone that bone? Do you want some oil on there? You might make you poo if you get that on you. Yeah, chrome was sort of the easiest thing I could take off my bike that was chrome. Because we were rushing, we weren't long in from work, were we?
No.
Again, just a tiny bit. Just on the end of my finger. That's probably too much, actually. Just rub it on. So you can still get your shine, but your metal's coated and protected. The only other way you can do this really is if you put like a thick coat of oil on paint or a lacquer. But you don't have to do like this. You can put this on and polish it again. You tend to find the lacquer after a while, the oxide creeps in underneath. And I've just had to do all the my teleforks on my Jawa, aren't there? Because that had happened to it. Because over here, I don't know what they do in California, Carlos, but over here they put salt on the road and it ruins everything. I hate it. I wish they wouldn't do it. Yeah, that's another reason why I came out with this. It's just to stop all that, and it really does work. So that's chrome, aluminium. You can use it on any bare metal really. There's a bit of, you can see there's some brass in that. It's fine on there. The steel, any bare steel on your bike, I suppose it's mainly nuts and bolts. I do go through my Harley and I get a little paintbrush and I paint this on it. Just a tiny coat on the shiny like chrome nuts and bolts on the steel ones. But for this, I'll show you how I do this. Usually I just take a piece of tissue, because you're not supposed to touch the steel blade, even the slightly acidic moisture on your fingerprints will set it off.
If anyone's wondering what the noise in the background is Bailey dragging absolutely everything out of his toy box.
Just a tiny bit, because the tissue will soak it. That's it really, just a very thin film on the tissue. That's all it needs, and it'll be right for another 12 months.
And obviously this is designed for motorbikes, but you can translate that obviously into cars as well, can't you? I suppose you could use that on your alloy wheels on cars.
Yeah.
And
I have had a couple of people with alloy wheels on cars ask me if it's like the alloy cleaner. It's nothing like that. They're usually very harsh, like caustic cleaners, those sort of things, but this is like a preserver. I do use the metal polish on this as well, I have done in the past. Right, let's say it's done. Easy. So that's your Any-Blue chrome and alloy oil for protecting bare metal, protecting the shine that you've put on with your hard work from polishing.
it's a refreshing change to talk about something else apart from knuckle duster, darling.
I know, yeah, that's all we've been making, isn't it, recently. For anyone who don't know, a knuckle duster is our hand sanitizer. It's flying out at the moment. We've been inundated, haven't we? When all this corona thing first hit, we got absolutely inundated, didn't we? It took us a while to catch up. Everything's back to normal now. And the post as well, the post has been really affected. It's slowed things down a lot. Well, he's getting out.
Is that a different bone he's got there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Where's that one come from?
No, he just got out of his toy box. Kate says, Mark, have you got a product for scratches and does it work on cars?
All the products that work on cars, yeah, the same as bikes. But I mean, to polish a scratch out, is that what she's asking? Or I mean, the wax will fill the scratches in to a certain extent, depending on how deep they are. That's what it's designed for.
Jade says, hello, Dad.
Hi, Jade. Hello, Grandad now, isn't it?
We're missing seeing our family, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm just stuck with a Bailey Boo, driving us insane.
Well, we have been in touch with the government and that over here, haven't we, recently? We've asked the government if we can help the NHS in any way, because we do hand sanitisers, hand wash, all that sort of thing. Analgesics, all one, don't we, the pain slayer. So we'll see what they say. I've had an automatic response a couple of times with links. They do send you around in a bit of a circle, but I think we're getting there eventually.
Yeah.
We'll see what they say.
Watch your space.
Yeah, it's a shocking thing. There's a lot of speculation going on about the cars and what it's all about, isn't there? But I suppose only time will tell.
And the thing is, where it's come from or how it's got here is slightly irrelevant at the moment. It's how we deal with it, isn't it?
For now. I think ask those questions later.
Mm.
I think there will be some ass kicking when it's all over. Definitely.
It's like I say, though, isn't it? There's only one way. You know, if you can't go round something or over something, then the only way through it is through it, isn't it? And that's what we've got to do. Let's concentrate on getting to the other side.
They put some graphs up today, didn't they? It does look like it's
plateauing out a bit.
Yeah. I was looking at they put some figures up for the US and they're just starting on the climb, aren't they? It's
their figures are horrific.
Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, quite scary.
So look after yourself, Carlos.
Yeah, it's quite scary, the figures that they've got in the States.
We've had a lot of idiots out here, haven't we? Because we very rarely get the nice weather do here, so everyone takes advantage of it. And they did do it. The first week we were told to stay in, everyone went out. We didn't lie, but a lot of people did.
I know, but we've been self-isolating since Christmas.
Yeah. Just been that busy, haven't we? Yeah.
We have literally just been at home or at work, just the two of us, haven't we, for months anyway, so it's business as usual to us. Hi, Linda.
We've been doing hand sanitizer for...
About 2 years?
Yeah. And it sold a bit, like, but it was something that we were thinking maybe...
I've got an itchy nose.
Sorry?
I've got an itchy nose.
Yeah, just as we were like sort of debating whether it's something that should drop off the end, all this happens and it's our number one seller now. Well, I suppose that's how things go, isn't it, sometimes.
If anyone was wondering why I just had to announce to the world that I had an itchy nose, it's because I'm trying to hold two phones at the same time. Sorry.
Very skillful, like, babe.
I know.
Ambidextrous.
Kate says it's scary and everyone is missing their families. It's hard, but everyone has to stay in. Yeah, it's...
We've got a new grandson, haven't we? We've only seen him, what, 5-6 times? Something like that before we were on lockdown.
I know, we're missing him dreadfully.
I suppose it's got to be done.
He's been annoying all day, hasn't he?
Yeah. If you can hear crunching, it's him chewing his bone. I don't even know where that one's come from.
He has it buried in his toy box. He's just pulled everything out of his toy box to get it, so it must have been right at the very bottom of his toy box. Little horror. Yeah, all he's done is bark and squeak toys today, isn't it? Like, literally all day. Been a little monster.
Well, the Annie Blue stuff's been getting some quite rave reviews, hasn't it, really? I don't know, is Kerry right watching?
Don't think so.
Kerry's someone who races off-road. She does, like, Paris-Dakar type racing. She's got a big KTM. But she took our stuff with her on one of her races, didn't she? And she's been sort of really impressed with it. She was saying today that she put some of the shampoo in there, like a spray gun or some kind of sprayer, and it's just stripped all the muck off the bike straight away. So quite impressive.
No, it's really good stuff. When I did the windows over the weekend, so I washed them down with Dettol first, and then like my second wash, and literally just 2-3 drops of that in the water, and I didn't have to buff them or anything. So just like so many uses. Kit's face is like, you never told me that you use my Annie Blue stuff to clean the windows.
Not this one, I hope. Have you brought that over here so we can hear it better? Hey?
Cooked him fish fingers for his tea, and he's not eating them. It's like
He's the most fussy dog I've ever seen. Oh, baby. It's really difficult to get him to eat, isn't it? But he never loses. His weight's always fairly constant, so.
When we took him to the vets last, he had actually put a bit on, hadn't he? I don't know how, because he really doesn't eat anything.
Because you're getting an old-timer now, aren't you?
Look at him guarding his bone. Who are you guarding it from? There's nobody there.
We have been talking about this, if there are any positives that have come out of this corona thing, then we've decided that we're going to stick to our routine that we've got into with regard to who and where we buy from. Because it does seem to be, we've sort of gone back about 40 years. We're buying everything locally. We've got a milkman again. We've not had a milkman since the 80s. I'm giving me age away now, aren't I?
But no, do you know, it makes you wonder why we never bothered with milkmen. Because it's just so much easier, isn't it? That you just open your front door and it's there. You haven't got to...
recycling.
Yeah, and you haven't got to go to the shop to get your milk. It's just there.
And the milk is different. I used to say, didn't I? I said, what is wrong with the milk we get these days? Because it doesn't separate. But this stuff from the milkman does it. You actually get the cream at the top. You have to shake it. So it's all this homogenised stuff from the supermarket. God knows what they do to it. I don't know if they put emulsifiers in it or something.
They probably do. I've got some supermarket stuff in the freezer. We'll have to have a look and see what it says on there.
Doesn't say anything.
Does it not?
Well, it's like skim milk. They put titanium dioxide in, but it doesn't say. For some reason, it's an ingredient. And we have to say every ingredient in our stuff, don't we? We've got to put it in Latin. We have to do that by law. But apparently they don't. And that's food. One rule for one, innit?
And what's titanium dioxide?
It's white. It's white. What gives it the white colour? Skim milk. Because it'd be sort of a pale greeny, translucent. It'd look like bloody two-stroke oil. If they didn't put that in it. It's what they use in paint now. All white paint is titanium dioxide. It used to be lead. It's also what's in sunblock, isn't it? Apart from ours.
Apart from ours. Kate says, is he not eating his Lily's kitchen anymore?
No, he seems to have gone off it a bit, doesn't he? He'll have it once in a blue moon. When the mood takes him.
It really does depend. He can eat something one day and really enjoy it and then turn his nose up at it for the next 6 weeks. Unless it's sweeties.
Yeah, that's the only consistent thing, isn't it? Those
Pedigree schmackos.
schmackos, that's it. And he likes the jumbo as well.
It's just like if you had a kid and if you said to them, do you want to live on crisps and yogurts? They'd say yes.
Yeah.
Bailey's equivalent.
James, our oldest, he's a pet scientist, isn't he? And he says giving them bakers and things like that is the equivalent to giving your kids McDonald's every day. So he doesn't get bakers much.
No. It's quite funny even with bakers, isn't he? Sometimes he'll eat it, sometimes he won't.
He's a good boy though, ain't you?
The majority of the time.
What's up?
itchy. Itchy nose.
Oh, you're pointing at something. So where are we up to here with this? It's
I think it's leather oil next,
leather
isn't
oil
it?
next time, yeah.
Somewhere, I don't know where it is, we've got a really battered up, dirty old leather jacket, haven't we?
It's in that cupboard.
Do you know whereabouts in the cupboard it is?
Probably at the bottom of everything. Where stuff like that always is.
Hi, Lammy. Lammy's watching.
Alright.
Um,
Cool.
But yeah, we've got a really battered old jacket that was in the boot of my car for about 6 months now. God knows everything chucked on top of it as well. So it's really filthy and hasn't been cleaned forever. We might have to see if we can dig that out.
Yeah, it'd be a good demo, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be a really good demo.
I did have some gloves, leather gloves that I'd had. They were about 20 years old. Well, I've still got them, but they were like crisps. They were like really brittle and horrible, weren't they? Because I'd use them in all weathers. And I put some of that in it. They're like new, apart from the holes. But once you've done that, you can't show it again, can you?
No. But if anybody doesn't
It's
want,
given a new lease of life.
you have got all the demos for each of the products as well on on YouTube as well, haven't
yeah.
you?
Yeah, it's just. Is it MCC on there or?
Motorbike Cosmetic Company, yeah.
Yeah, Motorbikers Cosmetic Company on YouTube. And all the videos, I've done videos on the polish and everything on there. Among a few others, haven't we?
Yeah.
There's some on there about the black label stuff as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I've done a explanation on all the fibromyalgia products on there as well, haven't I? And there's the sleep meditation, guided meditation on there as well that I did. So it's quite eclectic, our YouTube channel.
Something we
So
don't
it's
talk about very much, is it?
No.
That's what we should do.
so yeah, it's quite eclectic, our YouTube channel. We kind of tend to put everything MCC related on there if we can.
I mean, at the moment, we're just so busy, aren't we? Especially now there's only two of us because of the lockdown. You know, we did have a few people helping, didn't we, here and there. And it's just us two now. But we are managing to get stuff out, aren't we?
We are.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because it's amazing that we're getting as many out as we do when there's only you to like blend, bottle and label. You know, you're doing all of that for all of the products, and I'm doing all the packing of the parcels, and then we're keeping on top of like the paperwork and the lives and everything else. It's a lot, isn't it?
I only missed one of these, haven't I? That was it 2 weeks ago? There was just no way we could have done it. I know it's only half an hour, but we were still working, weren't we?
Yeah.
Until God knows what time.
Half an hour's a long time for us, isn't it, in a day?
Mm.
For our rock and roll lifestyle, believe it or not long after this live, we'll be going to bed, won't we?
I do think myself looking a little bit busy. I think I'd rather be how we are than just sat around. I'm not a sit around sort of person.
Oh, Kate says you're doing an excellent job. Thank you, Kate.
Yeah, thank you.
It's-
Trying, aren't we?
It is appreciated when people do notice, it really is. Because it's, at the end of the day, it's you guys that we're doing it for, isn't it? You know, we'd hate to let you down. So we do our best.
We did grab a couple of days this weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, thank goodness. We needed a bit of downtime, didn't we?
Yeah, so out of the 6 products for these Annie Blue Lives, there's only one left, so I don't know if anyone's got any suggestions for anything we can talk
Week
about
7.
after that, yeah. Anything they'd like to see again even, or, you know, talk about anything. preferably bike related. Don't forget to dig that. Have a look at that number.
Yeah, defo. What time are we on?
Don't know. Switched off.
You wouldn't believe that we have actually got a clock in it. It's just neither of us can read it.
Needs a battery actually. I'm not changing it. Oh, we've gone over.
Sarah says I've beaten you to it, having a cuppa in my bedroom already. Don't blame you, Sarah. We really won't be far behind you, my love.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh,
We're so rock and roll these days.
I know, aren't we just? Right, well, we'll jump off then. I'll see you guys tomorrow lunchtime at 12.
And I'll probably see you next week then.
I can
Not
see you
before.
next week, because that's the only time I let him out of the lab.
Yeah. Igor.
But no, we are incredibly busy, so he doesn't get much chance to join in on the lives at lunchtime anymore, do you,
No,
darling?
really. Do sometimes.
Do sometimes if I shout you. So yes, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for joining.
Bailey says bye.
Bailey says bye-bye.
Wave.
Little cutie. So night, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you
again, folks.
tomorrow.
Thanks for joining.
Night.
See you soon.
Bye.
Take care.